I'm Deandra.
Hi, I'm Lisa.
And welcome to the first episode of A Little Screwy, a show by Fastener News Desk. Today, on our very first episode, there's no better episode to begin with than one on Manufacturing Day. So Lisa, tell us just how important Manufacturing Day is and a little bit about its history.
Sure. Manufacturing Day was started in 2012. It was founded by Ed Udell of FMA, which is the Fabricators and Manufacturers Association. It's now being produced in a joint effort by the National Association of Manufacturers, FMA, the Manufacturing Institute, and the MEP, which is the Manufacturing Extension Partnership. The aim of Manufacturing Day is to close the employee skills gap, to connect with future generations, to change the public perception of manufacturing and manufacturing jobs, and to ensure the long-term prosperity of the manufacturing industry. Actually, Manufacturing Day has become quite the movement. In 2012, there were only 237 events, while last year, in 2016, there were close to 3,000 events. Imagine the possibilities when 3,000 manufacturing facilities open up their doors to the community.
Now, Manufacturing Day is important because I'm sure if you're watching this, you've heard of the skills gap. The skills gap is, as everybody says, coming. If you haven't started to experience it already, as baby boomers are retiring or even before they do, there's that little bit of knowledge that's lagging behind with the new generation coming in and the existing more seasoned professionals in the industry. About 2 million jobs are going to go unfilled in manufacturing over the next decade or so due to this skills gap. And you know what? Executives, they're kind of panicking. They're afraid that they won't be able to deliver to their customers, won't be able to deliver quality products, and feel that this skills gap could be a real problem. And that's where Manufacturing Day comes in, because Deloitte conducted a study and it showed that while Americans do look upon manufacturing as favorable and important to our economic growth, they also see manufacturing as a career that's not quite rewarding. Most people don't encourage their kids to consider manufacturing. They think it's going to go overseas, and they think it's just a dirty old factory. Well, Manufacturing Day is really important to changing those perceptions, because the perceptions are where the problem starts.
So, Deandra, you seem to be on a roll. Can you tell us who can participate in Manufacturing Day?
Everybody. Whether you're a small company, a large company, whether you are a few people, whether you are just interested, whether you're a technical school, anybody, absolutely anybody can open their doors to open minds to the possibilities in manufacturing. So you can open your doors to students and educators, to parents, to the general public, and to policymakers, all to change these perceptions. In fact, survey results have shown a positive feedback, an array of positive feedback from people who have attended these events for Manufacturing Day, and they actually are now starting to consider. When we held Manufacturing Day last year in Youngstown, kids were saying, you know, I never really thought about this before, but now I'm really looking upon manufacturing as a possibility.
And we actually got to see those expressions from the younger generation. How interesting. And then with the advent of new technologies such as 3D printing and additive manufacturing, kids are becoming more interested in that perception of that dirty factory job. These are now clean jobs, they're technology jobs, and it's much more interesting to the new generation. And most recently, the White House, actually a former executive producer of NBC's The Apprentice, better known these days as the President of the United States, hosted both in Wisconsin and Washington Apprenticeship or Workforce Week. So this administration is also paying close attention to this skills gap problem and engaging with the manufacturing community, raising awareness, and it actually They are promoting programs that are modeled and on a scaled up version of the Obama administration workforce development law. So this movement has really become, Manufacturing Day is a national movement, and it's a great opportunity for small companies and businesses to engage their community, find new employees, and share their products with the public.
It's a really exciting opportunity, and just to be there and to see these changes, because I'm younger, and even though I came from Youngstown, which is known to be a Youngstown, yeah. It's people have this negative perception about the manufacturing industry, and I will admit that I was a part of it until I started to actually learn about it. And when they say ignorance is bliss, it's truly not when it comes to manufacturing. What really matters is learning about it and seeing it, being a part of it, hearing, going in person. That's why it's important. You can go out as an event, and you can certainly talk to schools, and you could go out to the kids, which is also important when recruitment comes into play. But really opening your doors and inviting them to you is really important, so they can see those changes and maybe get their hands a little bit dirty by giving it a go.
And Manufacturing Day has made it so simple to have an event, to list your event. There's many toolkits on their websites. They tell you how to have a proclamation for Manufacturing Day. There's so many ways that you can, even through just social media interaction and content marketing, you can talk about your event, you can talk about Manufacturing Day, and if you can have an event, of course you can look on Manufacturing Day's website. There's a map, and you can put in your zip code and find out all the events that are taking place locally and be a part of those. So you can do something to be part of this movement. And our company has been part of the movement over the last 4 years, and we have really enjoyed it and seen such great success in our community. Every year the event has grown. Last year we had almost 300 students, businesses, the government, and all kinds of folks engaging in our Manufacturing Day. And everybody's super excited about what's going to happen in Youngstown this year. So keep your ears and eyes open for all the news we have coming your way about the events that will be taking place in Youngstown this Manufacturing Day.
And it is really important to know different things that are happening in your area. Consider asking certain questions or letting students and educators know about what's needed, because we've gone to STEM career fairs and found that when we talk to employers there's a lot of skills that are not being covered, like writing up an email or teamwork or communication or anything like that. Make sure you convey that when you open your doors, because it's not just about the cool things you're doing, but also letting everybody know how they can further it and what's important. And even if they decide not to go into manufacturing, they might be able to learn something from it and maybe encourage somebody else to go into it. Also in our area, Northeast Ohio, there is the Cuyahoga Community College, also known as Tri-C Mobile Training Unit. We went to the North Coast Fastener Association Distributor Social, and we had a chance to see the fastener professionals go in and out and talk about the different ways that training can be conducted. And there is that gap there between these modern, really cool technologies and some of the older machines that are still working and they're still having several years left in them, but people don't know how to operate them. So incorporating the old and the new is really important. And things like Tri-C's Mobile Unit, if you are in Northeast Ohio or nearby, you can reach out to them and you can say, hey, you know, we want training. Or if you're an educator listening to this, you can bring them to your school. And there was a high school that had kids out the door of the mobile training unit to look inside, and they go and they encourage. And that brings up another point. Even though Manufacturing Day is this October 6th, first Friday, it is every year, and even though it's Manufacturing Month in October, it's really important to encourage people all year long and to remember that. You go really hard during October, but never forget the importance of reaching out to people throughout the year, because consistency and hard work will pay off in the end, especially for your company and especially for the industry as a whole.
Well, that's a lot of good points made there, Deandra. So
you.
yes, we do want to encourage you that when you do get an event penned in, go to mfgday.com and make sure that you register your event there. It's really important to create momentum, and momentum is created by those events being listed and getting participation. And also, if you get your event listed sooner rather than later, you'll end up with more of an audience at the end of the day and make that day really a successful event. So we encourage you to go to mfgday.com, go get their toolkits, get started, figure out a game plan. And if you think that you'd like to put on a larger event, then get in touch with your Small Business Development Center or any local manufacturing associations that you think might help you put together a really nice event for your community. And don't forget to reach out to the educators and the schools, because this really is about students and getting them to change their perceptions of the manufacturing industry and manufacturing jobs.
And even consider aiming for younger than high school, because those young minds are really open and they are very, very excited about learning and getting their hands on things. So aim for that when you do recruit. Consider some younger students as well.
So Deandra, I don't think, just before we close it up, let's just talk a little bit about the statistics from last year's events, because these numbers really were they really were very positive. So the statistics that we have, that people said that they would tell their friends, family, parents, colleagues about manufacturing was up 71%. They were so impressed with what they saw, they were more than happy to talk to their friends and share their experience. Manufacturing hosts said that they were 86% likely to host another event again the following year. And they also saw an 89% value just in participating. So these numbers really show that these events are effective, and it's just a great day out of the year where you can connect all of your community all in one place, from education to the business community to your local government. Once this movement gets started, you'll see everybody wants to be part of this movement. So we wish you the best of luck on your Manufacturing Day event. We're really super excited about our new show, so that we get to talk to you more about things that we find exciting and hopefully encourage you to take part in these events.
And let us know what you think. Have you hosted Manufacturing Day before? Are you considering it? If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to reach out to us at info@FastenerNewsDesk.com. You can also connect with us on Twitter @Fastener News, on Facebook, Fastener News. You can also hashtag Fastener News and check us out at www.FastenerNewsDesk.com. Well, that about wraps it up for our first episode of A Little Screwy. Once again, I'm Deandra.
And I'm Lisa.
And remember to keep it fascinating.